I'm not making this video to make black people start liking Donald Trump. I just want to make you think. Remember before Donald Trump ran for president and all kind of black people used to be cool with him? And I mean all kind of black people. But as soon as he ran for president as a Republican, that's when they told you he's a racist. The same people that tell you that little boys can become girls and girls can become boys. The same people that tell you that men can get pregnant. The same people that tell you that you need to kill your baby. That it's okay for grown men to dress and drag and read stories and twerk in front of little children. That black people are too stupid to get voter ID. That black people are at war with the police when we kill each other by the thousands every single year, and the police kill less than 250 of us. That biological men should compete against biological women. That it's okay for 13, 14, and 15-year-old girls to cut their breasts off. That if you get this vaccine in the third one, and the fourth one, and the fifth one, you won't get sick. And if you don't vote for this old white supremacist president, you ain't black.
And if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Man, that's deep. That dude is a Metamucil. What's going on, America? Welcome to Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. Before we get into this video, I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button, share my videos. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure your notification buttons are turned on to all. Subscribe to my alternative channel, just in case YouTube give me the slip or something. You'll know how to find me. Don't forget to check me out with all the podcasts and follow me on Rumble and the Jungle. All the links are listed below. If you want to donate to my channel, feel free. Those links are below as well. Now, with no further ado,
welcome to my party, we're just getting started.
Did you know Bank of America said that gold will go to $2,200 this year, an all-time high? Invest in a gold IRA with Noble Gold Investments today and take advantage of this rare opportunity to secure your retirement savings. With the experts at Noble Gold Investments, you can ride the wave of gold's historic rise to financial security. And this month they're offering a solid silver 5-ounce American the Beautiful coin with every qualifying precious metal IRA or 401k rollover. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold. Hurry up and go to noblegoldinvestments.com to secure your wealth and bag a free 5-ounce American the Beautiful coin, that is if you qualify, at noblegoldinvestments.com. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. Now, let's get to this video. What's going on, America? Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. And that dude right there, whoever he is, just made a lot of sense out of nonsense. See, because what he's talking about is the truth. A mind frame that have been placed in the dome of a lot of people walking around, particularly black folks, which brings me to the topic of today's video, because my man Jason Whitlock is about to address not only black folks, but just Americans about this whole issue of woke. He does an amazing job with this analogy. I love the way he put this together. See, he calls being woke like a virus, and he does this analogy and this comparison to Dr. Fauci, and he hits on so many topics. He lays this out so beautifully. After he's done with this, y'all need to send this to y'all friends. Maybe, perhaps, they can get cured from the woke mind virus. And he also calls out Bill Maher. So let's get into this video right here. I'm gonna try to let it play without interrupting it and just sit back and enjoy it with y'all. I did speed it up a little bit, so excuse his voice. He don't really sound like Mickey Mouse in real life, okay?
Bill Maher is the Dr. Fauci of the woke mind virus. For more than 2 decades, Maher's HBO laboratory, Real Time, sponsored the gain of function research that led to the nationwide outbreak of the woke mindset and its primary variant, critical race theory. While building a brand as the most virtuous Barack Obama supporting white liberal in America, Maher hosted panel discussions featuring all the properly credentialed racial, climate, and feminist scientists elite academia produced. Maher's lab thumbed its nose at the working class, preferring multimillionaire Michael Moore's perspective on people living check to check. When Donald Trump rose to power, speaking directly to and for the very people Maher and elites ignored, the liberal comedian told his audience to wear a MAGA canceling mask and watch MSNBC's Rachel Maddow and Chris Hayes as a vaccine and booster.
Now wait just a minute. That is true. Because Bill Maher back in the day was the person who said that he would rather the economy crash so that Donald Trump wouldn't get reelected. Now, if you're that selfish to where you want to see everybody in America suffer just so the guy who put policies in place won't get reelected. Remember, the guy that put the policies in place was responsible for everybody prospering financially. And this guy who's rich said he would rather see all of us take a hit financially than to have Donald Trump reelected. Now, if you ain't woke saying something like that, then I don't know what woke is. But I have noticed lately Bill Maher has been calling out the left. He's been calling out the woke, which it's never too late to come around. But you still got to look back over your life and realize the role you played before you saw the light. And maybe Bill Maher isn't doing that.
It's disconcerting watching him disavow and distance himself from the virus his lab leaked with countless batshit conversations. This past Friday, Maher interviewed billionaire serial entrepreneur Elon Musk on Real Time. The gist of their exchange dealt with the now obvious danger of the woke mind virus. Maher, the creator of it, has spent much of the last 2 years positioning himself as a woke whistleblower. He relentlessly attacks the woke without ever addressing his lab's role in spreading the virus.
Yeah, see, and that's what kind of would make someone be looked at as a hypocrite if they don't recognize the role that they played in creating this mess. See, now, like I said, I'm not knocking Bill Maher for somewhat waking up a little bit and recognizing how dangerous wokeness is to our society. It is extremely dangerous, see, because wokeness, in a sense, makes everybody a victim, and it gives them, quote unquote, in their heads, the right to just do whatever they want, suspend reality, suspend science, suspend all of that. And it all comes down to whatever you feel on the inside, how you see things should be the way everybody sees things. And if you don't see it the way they do, then what do? They demonize you. It's creating a society of babies. It's creating a society of victims. It's creating a society of people who feel entitled to just have their feelings be thrusted on everybody else, and we all got to tiptoe around them. It's put people in boxes to where they don't feel like they can express their opinion. It makes people feel like they might get fired on a job if they disagree or if they say something that somebody might not like. It's put comedians in little boxes, can't even laugh no more. All of these things are a result of wokeness, and it also is designed to silence people in regards to their thoughts and their words. It's probably the number one most dangerous thing to our society right now.
Bill Maher's Friday show highlighted a level of cognitive dissonance that is well beneath his intellect. It's quite similar to the cognitive dissonance displayed by Fauci and others when they continue to promote Big Pharma's experimental medical trials, aka vaccine. Let me be clear. I like Bill Maher. I've watched his HBO show for years. I appreciate that he criticizes the woke. I'm just disappointed he won't discuss the root cause of wokeness. Elon Musk gave Maher every opportunity to address the root cause, but at the behest of Maher, Musk defined the woke mind virus. Take a listen.
Now, before y'all listen to this, I got another analogy. See, as a Christian, for example, the way you really repent and have some type of reconciliation with God is you got to first recognize the part that you played in your own behavior. If you can't stop for a second and say, I have participated in a lot of sinful activities, then you can't really repent. See, it's no good to just somehow be half repentant where you're able to point out everybody else's sins and come to the conclusion that this world right here is corrupt and it's evil and it's filled with sin and all of that stuff without stopping to say, but I also participated in a lot of that sin as well. That's the number one confession you have to make to really get a changed mind frame to see it differently. That's also is what's going to keep you from becoming too judgmental and too hypocritical, realizing that I once was like the Apostle Paul, where he was one of those chief folks that went out and persecuted Christians, and it kept him humble after he met Christ himself. After he repented, he was like, man, I was one of the worst. I was out there persecuting and attacking Christians constantly, and if anybody deserves to be punished, it would be me. So therefore, you recognize that someone who had a big part to play in, say, a sinful life has a greater appreciation when they come out of that sin and they become reconciled. So Bill Maher is in that phase where he's saying everybody is doing this and these folks are crazy, but he also needs to stop and say, but I helped a lot of these folks become crazy. I had a hand in all of that. So let's see what the Musk got to say.
And you have talked about this woke mind virus.
Yes.
In really apocalyptic terms.
Yeah.
You should explain why you don't think it's hyperbole to say things like it's pushing civilization towards suicide. First of all, what is the woke mind virus?
Break it down, Musk.
And if we don't deal with this, nothing else can get done. Tell me why you think that.
I think we need to be very cautious about anything that is anti-meritocratic and anything that results in the suppression of free speech. Those are two of the aspects of the woke mind virus that I think are very dangerous. Is that it's often anti-meritocratic. You can't question things. Even the questioning is bad. Almost synonymous would be cancel culture. And obviously people have tried to cancel you many times.
Many times.
Yeah, I mean
every week.
Yeah.
So Musk, the new owner of Twitter, explained that Americans must be vigilant in their protection of free speech, especially speech we don't like. Yeah. Okay, so let's think this through. What is Donald Trump's primary sin? Publicly stating things people find inappropriate or do not want to hear. Yeah. Trump's oral and written behavior justified banning him from all social media platforms. That's a woke mindset. The woke desperately try to control what people think and say. They're quicker to forgive violent criminal behavior than a thought crime. Maher's Trump derangement made him an ally and supporter of the enemies of the First Amendment.
That is true. Because, see, they all loved Bill Maher when he was back there talking reckless and Trump was in office and pretty much anything went. Every week, I would see a clip pop up on my timeline of him having somebody on there bashing Trump. And now he's calling people out and the left are trying to cancel him. What goes around comes around, especially when you have the nerve to wake up and realize these folks is crazy. They too far left for me. And I'm left. So here he is now, helping create this mind frame. He contributed to the woke virus. And he's kind of like some of the folks when the you-know-what was going around and they were out there telling you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to put this on your face, you got to go and get this and that 18 times and this and that and follow the science. Now all of a sudden it's, well, no, I never said that. I never said that the kids should just stay out of school forever. I never said that. Yeah, you guys played a big part in all of that. Now they're able to sit back and see the carnage and the fallout from all of that. And I see the analogy Jason's making. So people who egg that on, promoted that, pushed that, now all of this stuff is happening and they're going, well, I never said that. Fauci, I never said that. Lock the economy. I never said lock up schools. I never. And yet we got those receipts all over the internet of them doing that.
So a little later in the interview, Musk told a story about a friend's high school daughter who knew next to nothing about the accomplishments of George Washington.
Like most young people.
All she knew about the first president is that he owned slaves.
Let me give you an example that a friend of mine told me, which his daughters go to college go to high school in the Bay Area, and he was asking them so who are the first few presidents of the United States? They could name Washington, and I said, well, what do you know about him? Well, he was a slave owner. What else?
Right.
Exactly. Nothing.
Right.
Like, okay, that's maybe you should know more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the woke mind virus, exactly.
And that is the woke mind virus. But see, the problem is that the party that's pushing this woke mind virus right about now, they never want to talk about the history and the part that they played in all of this as well. See, remember, the history that they don't want people to know is the part that the Democrats played in racism, segregation, all of that, Jim Crow. That part they don't want to talk about. They just want to call everybody back in the day that was white racist because they need to undermine the past of America, the history of America, the people who played a intricate part in making the country strong or making it what it is today. Because these modern day Democrats want to redesign it. So they have to destroy the past in order to bring forth a new future, bring forth a new America that people will see it in this new image, not in the image that we've all grown to know and love. See, so when we look at America, we're looking at it like, man, America is the land of the free. You can say what you want to say. You can defend yourself. You can earn as much money as you want to earn and all of that. But they're looking at it like, yeah, and that's the problem, because we need to control all of that. So we got to say everything that led to you all being able to enjoy those things was so damaged and just tainted by racism that we need to just scrap everything, remove all the freedoms, undo all of this stuff that you guys have, and redesign it into something else. And that's why they're using the woke virus to bring forth that change, just like they use the real virus to bring forth change as well. So I see the connection here.
That indoctrination that Musk is talking about, those same indoctrination tactics are played out across corporate media. Yeah. Donald Trump has been reduced to his irreverent and inappropriate tweets. True. Like George Washington, Trump has been reduced to his bad behavior. There's virtually no discussion of Trump's policies and what they produce or intended to produce. I like Trump because of his America First agenda, a pledge and a set of policies designed to bring manufacturing jobs back to America. When I hear the slogan, "Make America Great Again," that's what I think of and desire.
Thank you, Jason. Me too. Me too. See, people are used to getting caught up in personality and not policies. And the average American really, unfortunately, have a low political IQ. I have to admit there was a time where I wasn't that involved in politics either. As you get a little older and start realizing that life is real, you start paying attention to the people who can make choices that could either help your life or hurt your life. And these politicians have been getting away a long time with just coming out periodically, throwing out a whole bunch of positive statements, vote for me, I'll do this, I'll do that, and relying on the low IQ of voters. And most people will vote emotionally. However, conservatives have a tendency to be more involved in policy, and they have a different way of thinking and interpreting what these people are really up to and what they're doing. That's why you don't see a lot of identity politics come out of conservative politicians, because they're more interested in the policies. Whereas a lot of libertarians, a lot of people in the middle, and definitely people on the far left, will allow their emotions to play a part in their decisions when they are voting. That's why Democrats don't even talk about no policies. When I first got into this, there was a guy came on my channel, man, you got Donald Trump, he don't love you, man, he don't love you. And I say, see, that's the problem. You want somebody who lies to you about loving you, but really don't love you because their policies show that they don't. With me, I don't want Trump to love me. I want to love the policies that he is implementing. That's all I need. I just need to love the policies that that man supports. That's all I need from him. He ain't a priest. He ain't a preacher. He ain't nothing to me except for someone who has the mind frame to protect the things that I value. Now, that's not to say I really don't like him as a person. I think he's great as well. But even if he wasn't, I still would be able to look at his policies over his personality.
Juxtapose that to President Joe Biden. At least publicly, he is relatively well behaved. He doesn't say or tweet mean things. Creepy. It's all nice and good. But I'm frustrated with what his policies and agenda produce.
Yeah, because they suck.
Biden's obsession with racial, gender, and sexual identity produces an attack on free speech and a merit-based work culture. What did Elon Musk say was the primary dangers of the woke mind virus?
Break it down, Jason.
The woke mind virus attacks the meritocracy and attacks free speech.
Yeah.
We have a president who is putting policies and agenda in place that attack free speech and have AOC and all these other Democrats promoting censorship and the limitations of free speech. Democrats are the leaders, naming vice presidents, press secretaries, Supreme Court justices, secretaries of transportation, and assistant secretaries of health based on race, sexual orientation, and gender ideology.
That's deep.
Kamala Harris, Karine Jean-Pierre, Ketanji Brown Jackson, Pete Buttigieg, and Rachel Levine. They didn't earn their positions. They were installed to make a statement about how virtuous Biden and Democrats are.
Wow. Now that's deep right there, y'all. You know why? Because these folks right here want activists in office. That's what they want. They want folks in office that really don't have the skill set that's going to better America, because they're not trying to make America great. They're trying to tear America apart and redesign it. So for them to come in with the qualifications to be good at their job means nothing to the Democrats. They want them to come in and be complicit in allowing them to push agendas that will destroy the America that we know and love, and which keeps us stable and makes us feel like we are a sovereign nation, makes us feel like we're exceptional and proud to be Americans. So their goal is really to be horrible at their job. So it don't matter. They're looking at a twofer. They're saying if we could bring these folks in and pat ourselves on the back and say, look how inclusive and diverse we are, plus look how obedient these so-called people of color and diversity are. Because if these people came in, whether you're gay, whether you're trans, whether you're black, whether you're a woman, if they came in and they really said, I'm coming in because of my skill set and I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability because I'm looking out for the American people, the Democrats wouldn't want them in those positions. You think they would want Kamala Harris in that position if she was really going to shut down the border? Do you think Ketanji Tangerine Jackson would have got nominated and they would have asked her, so what is a woman in show? Well, that's easy. A woman is an adult female. That's what a woman is. You think they would have nominated her for that position if she would have took a stance against that nonsense wokeness? No, they put her in that position because they knew exactly what she would do, just like we all saw. I mean, what are you talking about? What is a woman? All of these people who he just mentioned is horrible at their jobs. But what they are is good at being obedient to the Democrats' agenda, which appears to be destroying the country as we speak.
This is all narcissism that far exceeds Donald Trump's narcissism. The American agenda takes a back seat to Biden's reputation and the Democratic Party brand. Connect the dots a little further. The woke mind is narcissistic. It prioritizes itself above country. Maher can see it in Trump. Maher can't see it in himself or apparently leftists.
Woo, that's deep right there, Jason. Give me the willies all up my spine. That's true. Because see, when it comes down to woke Democrats, when it comes down to woke, even Caucasians, woke white folks, it's hilarious to me because they don't even realize the narcissism within themselves. When you sit back and think you're a good person because you are recognizing that there's not enough band-aids of color, you think that makes you a good person? You think that's really helping black folks? All these folks that come out and they say that we're sensitive to the indigenous people and this and that, or they'll come out and they're always talking about how underprivileged black folks and people of color are. They come out and they try to make it appear that by recognizing that they have white privilege, that makes them virtuous and that makes them humble. But no, really what it does is it makes you understand, if you're smart, that they think they're better than you. Just the fact that they say, I have white privilege, makes me think that they already recognizing that I'm better than you, and therefore I got to pity you, and therefore we got to lower the standards for you because you just can't keep up with the rest of the pack. It's not your fault. It's greater than you. But look at me. I'm a good white person. I'm a good white liberal because I recognize that. No, what you are is a very arrogant, narcissistic liberal that is really not recognizing that you are participating in the racism of low expectations. So by trying to virtue signal, you're really showing you're narcissistic. It helps you sleep good at night because you're talking about I'm fighting for justice and stuff. See, so let's go ahead and get it because, man, my man is breaking it down. I'm with you, Jace.
Maher should watch his Friday show. In his opening monologue, he cracked a joke about Joe Biden's intention to run for president again in 2024. Here's what Maher said. Elections are all about getting your base excited. Biden made the announcement in drag, wearing a mask, and drinking a Bud Light. In case that went over anybody's head, Bill Maher just argued that Biden's base is drag queens, COVID, mask-wearing clowns, and Dylan Mulvaney, the transgender man, actor, 26 years old, who Biden embraced, who Bud Light is putting on beer cans and did a deal with. That's who Bill Maher is saying is Biden's base. That's the base. That's who he's catering his policies and agenda for. And you wonder why the MAGA movement won't go away?
Yeah, they think that they can beat us into submission and take something like MAGA, which is an acronym, Make America Great Again, and turn that into something that is repulsive. Something that when people hear it, they think of racism or discrimination or slavery. I don't know what they think of. But when I think of it, I think of Make America Great Again. But when I think of the Democrats, they're doing everything in their policies to make America weak. They are surrendering our independency when it comes down to our gas and oil, our natural resources and things like that. They're destroying our military. They're destroying our border. They're destroying our economy. They are wreaking havoc, but yet telling you things are getting better because they're masters at gaslighting. Telling you that no matter what your eyeballs see, don't you believe them. Okay, it's the total opposite. Forget all of those people that you see coming across the border. It's under control. Trust us. Forget how you see the economy going down and seeing inflation going up. Forget that. We're doing great. Yeah, forget all the stuff that you see, like these burning buildings and these looters and all of that stuff, because that is peaceful protesters. That's what that is. So don't believe your lying eyes, okay? Believe our lying lips. That's what they want you to believe.
They're being ignored still to this day. And Trump is the only one out there willing to put his balls on the line and speak for them.
Yep.
The working class. And I'm sorry that stupid black people don't realize Trump is out there actually speaking for you. You've gone for the hype. Oh, his bad behavior. Look how mean he is in tweets. Look at the stupid things he says. You're so caught up in behavior that you can't see the policies. Let me connect the dots even further.
Please
Let me take it back to Musk's point about George Washington. Yes, he owned slaves, but that's not his policies. That Declaration of Independence that Thomas Jefferson wrote, that Constitution that we wrote, those amendments, the Bill of Rights that we wrote, they were all policies that led to the ending of slavery. Yeah. Those are all policies that made America the most fairest place on earth, the envy of the world, the safest, most prosperous, most opportunity-filled space on the planet for black people. You don't have to like what I'm saying. And you can believe the clowns at the New York Times. You can believe Hannah Nicole Jones or Nicole Hannah Jones or whatever that African-American red priestess, liberal, feminist clown says, the 1619 Project. You can buy all of that stupid stuff if you want to be retarded.
Oh, now y'all hear that? Now he's stepping on some toes right here now. And I love what he's saying. And I love the audience that he's talking to. He's talking to black folks, you know, because this is how you know that they have fallen for the hype. When you hear them buy into all of this, America ain't never done nothing for us and this and this and that, they want people to start looking at the past behaviors of people who played a part in the development of our country and look at them and just sum them up as the sum total of whatever bad behavior might be, you know, attached to their person. However, no matter what these people have done that contributed to the way we are today, which provides a lot of opportunities for black folks across the country, they don't want them looking at that. See, because if you look at that, then you will enjoy the fruits of those people's labor and you won't fall for them demonizing them and saying because these people are evil, now we have a right to unravel their policies. We have a right to rip up the Constitution. We got a right to rip up the Bill of Rights. We got a right to destroy freedom of speech, the right to bear arms. We can tear all that up because of those people's whatever, that tick that was on that person. Yeah, it's so bad that we got to destroy the current stuff. It got to be tainted because look who brought it forth. However, the way you know those policies are good and led to something good for black folks today is the fact that all of these complaining black folks who are buying into all of this rhetoric, identity politics, and this race baiting and a whole bunch of critical race theory narratives and all of that, they're not leaving the country. See, they're enjoying the policies that these people put in place years ago that allows them to run around this country and complain and say it's horrible, it's racist, it's irredeemable, but I ain't leaving. I'm gonna stick around right up in America. See, because if you really thought it was that way, you would bounce. That's what would happen. The fact that these black folks who are saying this and white liberals aren't leaving lets you know that these people who put these policies in place works. They just got them under some type of delusion that there's all of this current racism that's going around and slavery and oppression and all of that. They put them in a matrix somehow to make them think that things are horrible and things are so divided and things are so racist and all of that. But if it was really that way, you would leave.
But the facts are that Washington's policies and the founding of this country produced documents and a point of view and a goal and an ideal that led to all the freedoms that we enjoy today. Wow. Or you can reduce him to his bad behavior, a reflection of the times he lived in. People hear, oh, Whitlock's just caping up for Donald Trump. I'm caping up for common sense and men being men.
Hey, be a man. Be a man. Do the right thing.
And not getting caught up in the emotion. And, oh my God, he tweeted this. He said this. It's hard for me to ever get anybody to engage in a conversation about, well, what about the policy?
Yeah.
Are there some policies that Trump produced that hurt us,
Nope.
that hurt you.
Nope.
And my friends predominantly happen to be heterosexual and black. And so I'm speaking specifically to them. What are the policies? Damn what Rachel Maddow and Chris Hayes and Don Lemon told you about what he said or tweeted. What are the policies? And what did they produce?
Yeah, and see, nobody wants to have that conversation. See, some folks are brainwashed to even not be able to recognize how great things were under Trump. All they think of is, so what? They're looking at Trump like George Washington. They're saying, well, remember he said this, and remember he called somebody this, and remember he said this person was dumb. Forget the fact that your job was very secure. Forget the fact that America overall was prospering. Forget all of that. Forget the black colleges being funded. Forget, the First Step Act. Forget all those opportunity zones. Forget all of that. Forget the fact that black unemployment was the lowest it's ever been in the history, and pretty much every other group of people across the board. Forget all of that stuff. Forget that our border was more secure. Forget the fact that crime was lower. Forget that. You focus on the fact that he got an orange complexion and hair, and he eats too many hamburgers, and all of that stupid mess, and yet overlooking what these folks are doing right now. They don't look at us and black people and say to themselves, let's focus on catering to black folks, not pandering to them, but catering to them in a way that it actually benefits us, not makes us feel good on the inside by saying we love black folks. I'm talking about putting policies in place that actually help black folks. Democrats don't do that. I don't see how a black man could vote for the Democrats. And honestly, I don't see how black women can either, because these are the same people that are willing to compromise womanhood to include men who think they're women and will support them over you if you complain about it. These are the same people. So my man right here, Jason, is calling it all out, and that's why I like it.
And then I want you to compare them to the policies and the agenda and what Biden is producing.
Garbage.
A country, a nation that bends over backwards for drag queens, transgenders, and mask-wearing, COVID-fearing clowns. Are you one of them?
No.
Because that's who the base is. This stuff is so crystal clear and so obvious.
Yeah.
The kind of delusion you have to be in, the kind of coward you have to be to not see, to not have the vision to judge anybody or any movement by the results that they produce.
Yeah.
Maybe you're someone that's happy as hell that Kamala Harris slept her way to the vice presidency. Maybe Mayor Pete and his husband and them pretending to have babies, maybe that floats your boat and he's a great Secretary of Transportation. Maybe Rachel Levine running around pretending he's a woman and pretending he's some kind of admiral. Maybe that floats your boat. Maybe Karine Jean-Pierre, I'm the first queer press secretary, and we're having Queer Visibility Day here at the White House. Maybe that floats your boat, but it don't do nothing for me.
Me either,
and it
Jason.
really doesn't do anything for you. Unless you're a transgender, you're a mask-wearing, afraid of COVID clown, or you're a drag queen and part of that alphabet mafia.
Oh, Jason. My man is firing shots. Shots fired, y'all. See, that's how you got to think. Like, who are these folks really addressing? Who are these folks really supporting? What narratives are they always talking about? What groups of people are they always elevating? Do they even ever elevate the black man? They're interested in emasculating the black man, making them play second fiddle. And so when you look at the policies of the Democrat Party and you say, you know what, even though I don't see my place in that party, they have really no representation of me. Why would you vote for them? I mean, all those characters that he just ripped off in that dang on cabinet are fake people. These are all nothing but woke folks, and their behaviors, beliefs, and policies really black folks don't even benefit off of, and most black folks don't even support. But yet, all it takes is a couple waves of the hand and then accusations of racism, and folks will say, well, I'm going to forget all of the benefits that come from this man's policies, and I'm going to vote for these people who don't care nothing about me but the vote. That is it. And Jason is ripping it.
You should run out and support Biden. If you're not, you should perhaps reconsider and quit worrying about someone's bad behavior. Worry about your own bad behavior. Thank you. From Bill Clinton to Barack Obama, I really don't care about their behavior. They're just men. flawed, weak, controlled by their flesh. What are their policies? What's their agenda? What are they trying to do? And again, I like Bill Maher, but damn it, be honest. He created this madness. He participated in this madness. He justified the Trump derangement that is nothing but a variant, a root cause part of the woke mind virus.
True.
So the MAGA movement, whether you like it or not, it's the vaccine for woke. Bill Maher and the rest of the elite establishment, and that is Democrats and Republicans, they're the real anti-vaxxers. They're the uniparty. They hate the working class or anyone willing to challenge their authority.
Wonderfully put, Jason. Wonderfully put. So you see that analogy? This woke virus is going around. The reason that the folks that support the MAGA movement are being attacked so harshly is because they know that making America great again goes against that wokeness. It goes against that woke virus. I mean, Bud Light's feeling it right about now. They tried to go ahead and be infected by the woke virus, and now they're seeing that the cure to help them wake up, the cure that makes them say, well, wait a minute, maybe this woke virus is bad. Maybe we should stop and we should get the vaccine here, because the folks that really are going to put their money and support behind us, they're not on that wokeness. So now they're feeling it. They're feeling the heat. They're in a pickle, man. They're in a rock and a hard place, because if they don't come out and apologize, their sales are going to continue to dive on our part. But then the people that they tried to cater to be woke towards are also not supporting them. So they got to ask themselves, well, what horse do I bet on right here? Do you think that these small group of people who's involved in that wokeness is going to support us long term? Or are the people who say we're sick of this woke virus spreading across our country and we're the cure to it if you go ahead and take it? So we're the ones that is letting folks know that, hey man, this woke mess is a virus. It's dangerous. And thinking about what makes America great again, thinking about the policies that make us strong as a country, thinking about the things that unite us as a people, patriotism, love for family, love for God, respecting each other's individual thoughts and rights, and supporting and defending freedom of speech and the right to bear arms, and a strong military and a strong economy, and capitalism and education that doesn't really just put kids in big old areas and say, you got to stay right there. You got to see, even though we love you because you're mostly black and colored people, but we don't love you enough to let you go to your own individual schools. All of these things weaken us as a country. And the way that they're sliding all of this in is by distracting our country with wokeness. So the cure to that garbage is the MAGA movement. And as long as they keep overlooking the folks that are part of the MAGA movement, it's going to continue to grow. They know that we're the cure. So they're fighting it. You can see it. They're resisting it. That's why every time, extreme MAGA, extreme MAGA, extreme MAGA, they want to use that garbage to mind possess a lot of Americans into responding immediately to hearing the word MAGA. As soon as you hear it, MAGA, oh, that's those white nationalists and all of that. So nope. It's common sense Americans that see what these folks are up to, and they see the danger in regards to the garbage that they're pushing into our country. And we're saying, we don't want that. See, so those folks out there right now that's caught up in that wokeness, it's going to keep spreading if folks don't say enough is enough. And the MAGA movement is saying that, okay? And don't think that the MAGA movement is just Trump. The MAGA movement is a mind frame. Take Trump out of it and think about the acronyms. Make America great again. And we ain't talking about slavery and when was America ever great? Because if you have that mind frame, then I advise you to happily jump on a plane and bounce. If you really think America was never great. See, but I think it's great right now. And I'm fighting against folks who's trying to destroy that. Now, God bless you. God bless America. Wonderful analogy, Jason. I love it. Like minds think alike. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care. God bless you. God bless America. Don't forget to hit that like button. Share my videos. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those good things. And please check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like their products, please click on the link below this video. Put Kevin in a promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. If you'd like to donate to Kevin's Corner, feel free. The links are below this video. If you want to be a part of my $2 a month club, also feel free to do that. All it entails is you simply dropping $2 a month into one of those links below the video. Or if you want, you can drop a nice big fat lump sum in there to offset the stuff that we know goes on with big tech. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Make sure that you are still subscribed. And finally, set your notification button to all, because YouTube is playing games, y'all. Now, God bless you. God bless America. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner.